Welcome on down to Major Minor, Fuddle Dazzlers, and new players alike. What is going on, everybody? Hey! Welcome to another installment of Major Minor, and I'm talking in beats because I feel like it. Anyways, for those of you who came in late last time, my mic cut out halfway through the episode. I'm going to try to make sure that doesn't happen again. But I hope you enjoyed that silent version of Major Minor. Anyways, for those who came in late, not really too heck of a lot happened, surprisingly. Pretty much we just went to the convention center, we hung out with Rocker and Shock was a bit of a jerk, but hey, rough edges, I mean his friend just died. Anyways, we had a press conference with Singe, where he revealed that Armstrong Incorporated, owned by Maxine Armstrong, the mysterious woman we've been bumping into, has installed non-lethal and lethal bombs in the convention center, and everybody's pretty much just stuck there. And we also met a fellow named Arcaron, that dashing fellow on the left there, who is our new security guard who's going to try to keep us protected. We also got mysterious texts from somebody saying that they're watching us, they know about our powers, and that this time the universe won't sway in our favor. And also Lord Player chewed out Riley for capturing the Savior and putting him in prison. Excuse me. And Player caught on that Riley may in fact be playing him. So, with that out of the way, let's continue, shall we? Oh, we also talked to Jaden. Told her that we believed her. Also, we're at 6 tiffs. Cool. I hear something awesome happens when you hit 10, and I think I've said it already. So let's get started, shall we? I guess a lot's happened over the last couple hours. Life in this business moves pretty darn fast. I hope I can keep up with all of this. My next step was Singe's office. He wanted to have a conversation with me and Keela, but I wondered what it was about. I hoped that he'd let us stay and tour with Daz. Maybe. I'd rather all of my work not be for nothing. Not be for nothing. I'd rather all my work... Whatever. I get lost to spend lots of time with everybody, especially if we weren't able to leave the building. I doubt it would be as bad as Caron thought. Only Max and Singe could set off the weapons. At that moment, they were on the same side. They're both in this to protect all of us. I feel at ease, but it was very short-lived. The tone on my phone echoes through the empty hall. I hesitantly checked my text messages. I'm completely unaware of what awaits me, but after reading all what I was about to, I knew things would never be normal again. One of your friends will die today. That's not creepy at all, is it? It will be your fault. You are not the only one blessed with powers from the Ark. Things will be more fun from now. Good luck. Methinks somebody is tipping their hand way too much. Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, before your arrival in Tokyo and before the launch of the contest. Oh, is this when we get, yeah. Some of the ways scenes are sequenced are a little weird. It's kind of like if any of you guys are watching the Winds of Change playthrough, where it's like you get the opening prologue, and then you get like stuff that happens beforehand randomly splurged within the prologue. And you're just kind of like, oh, the sequencing of events seems a little weird. Anyways, so if I may reiterate, I've recently engaged in a bargain, and my claim is in this. No, and my claim in this is dominion. Not only over Earth, but its people too, and the flow of time therein. I am certain you would like this power. In your line of work, it would be essential. Am I correct to assume that you agree? Yeah, but all of that is contained in this? That's such a fragile-looking necklace. Fragile? The gears of fright are anything but. They spin in spite of defiance. Like a drill moving forward in revolution, time is not easily stopped. It is fickle and moves with vigor. So what? I can control time? In a way. What has happened cannot be changed, but you can stop it and slow it down. Like a river, it can flow or be still. The gear gives you the power to do this. So let's say I believe you. which I am inclined to. I mean, just look where I'm standing. I imagine all of the people I could save, those that are struggling or in danger. But I sense you want something in return. You wouldn't just hand out this power. I'm glad you're as smart as they say. The truth is, I grow tired of this place. The Ark is fun for a time, but my ambitions have grown larger. I seek a worthy successor, someone to rule in my stead. However, there's more than just time. The power of the Ark runs deeper. So this gear is just a taste, Indeed. The Ark governs life and death as well. This renders the dweller immortal. Governs life and death? You mean, you could bring back the dead? Yes. Or I can cause the living to die. Something I fear I'll be doing more of. But you said you couldn't reverse time. It's true, I can't. But time and life are separate entities. I'm not sure how to explain the difference. It's a concept hard to put into words. But it's essentially easy, but it's easily understood in practice. If you become my successor, you'll see. You mean there's a chance I might not be? I didn't realize this was a gamble. I thought you were making me an offer. Of course this is a gamble, Max. You're not the only one who will be chosen. There'll be a few contestants, along with a goal and an objective. I can't just give the Ark away, not without finding a worthy owner. It is your goal to prove that worth, and there will be others in your way. Very well then. What are your terms? Well, let's add a sinister smirk. My terms are simple. Pay very close attention. Chapter 5, The Brief Reprieve. Yep, so Maxine and Areo are working with each other, it seems like. Yeah, but who are the other contestants, and are we a contestant in the game? You'll just have to wait and find out. The plot thickens. Present day. How are you holding up? Thirsty or hungry? Neither, just feeling lonely. With me right beside you, I'm not sure if I should be offended. I thought I was pretty good company. Oh, I didn't mean it like that. Of course you're good company, Kayleen. It's just I'm missing lots of people. That and it's wet and dark. Wet is good. Humidity helps. You don't want to dry out in a cell. Trust me, it's an awful experience. I know you say you're not hungry, but I've been monitoring your eating. You'll starve if you don't have some more. Just ration this bread, Kabu. Not a chance. That's yours. No, really. I can survive on little food. Your body isn't used to that, though. I can tell the situation is foreign to you. It seems to be the opposite to you. Spend a lot of time in prison, Kayleen. More than I'd like to admit. Being in prison isn't that bad. Excuse me? I always seem to find a way out. This time will be no different. We're alive, so that means one thing. They want us alive. If they didn't, we'd be dead by now. Only you could find that reassuring. I'm afraid I don't share that sentiment. Claire would never keep someone alive, not unless they were important to him. So for now, we get free food and shelter. With the sight of torture, you mean? Your optimism is an inspiration. It's just who I am. Think of it like this. Every time they take me out for torture, I can mentally map more of the estate. I'll have it all down in no time. Then we can plan on our escape. I'm used to torture, trying to resist it. I'll make sure they always take me. Besides, I have some letters to send out. What better time to do it? I hope my friends are getting them. Ho ho ho! I know this place inside and out. I can definitely help you, but I can't just let you suffer in my stead. Of course you can. That's what buddies are for. Buddies? Yeah. I want to help you out, Kapu. That's why I give you my bread. And why I'll make sure they don't hurt you. I don't think I can repay you for this. Well, you could tell me about yourself. If we're buddies, I should get to know you. Suppose that's a fair exchange. Will you tell me about yourself, too? Sorry, I don't really do that. The bread and care have to suffice. Oh. But please, do tell me. I don't ask unless I genuinely care. Kaden lets out a soft smile. Well, it's just like I said at the rally. I don't remember much, but I'm not Turan. The first thing I remember is Lord Player. I'm sorry to hear that. That must not be a pleasant first memory. In this case, you're wrong. I look back on that memory very fondly. If we were not for Player, I'd be dead. Back then, he was different. He treated me as if I was a Turan native, like I was his own flesh and blood, but everything changed so fast. Politics turned him into a different man. It was much easier to coerce and influence. He only cared about his following. He lost sight of his true self. But I suppose it's collateral damage. Not many people stick to their views, especially when others don't share them. He started telling people what they wanted. No longer did he talk about what he wanted. It's all about pleasing the population. It can be addicting having power, having people cheer your presence. I can see how that changed him. I guess he gave in. That's when I started to feel neglected. He would rarely speak to me. That must be hard, having a father figure treat you that way. Is that why you decided to speak up? No, that's a different matter entirely. A lot changed when Riley came on board. He was supposed to be Player's advisor. But it was more like he owned Lord Player. Suddenly Riley was the one in charge. And he made him do some horrible things. What do you mean? This isn't the only cell down here. There are others filled with people. He's keeping undocumented immigrants. Riley convinced him to do this. The immigration stance was his idea. Claire loved immigrants. He loved me. They were able to get a steady supply, something about 2 men with connections. They came to some sort of agreement. But they've kept everyone alive, so it's not like they want to kill them. It's more like they want to ostracize them. He thinks it'll make Terra better, but that hurts me. It really does. I wouldn't be a part of this new Terra. I heard him talking with Riley. If elected, they'll make more prisons, immigration camps, or something like that. A place to keep them while he works. He wants to sever Terra's connection and remove us from the galactic community. But that's far too dangerous, Kaylee. We know what happened when Velasquez tried. This is not to be trifled with. I find this all hard to believe. So we're not really alone down here. Not at all. But getting back on topic, all of this is Riley's doing. He makes Player do these awful things. But it's still Player himself that does them. His hands have gotten so dirty, Kayleen. While Riley remains as clean as ever. Wait, you don't mean... Yeah? He is setting Player up. He wants to remove Player from the picture. Then he'll be free to usurp the campaign. Okay, now I'm a little confused. You say it's Riley behind all this. Then why did you frame Player at the rally? Riley must believe he's winning. That way he can let down his guard. I got help from an assassin, Endymion. Together we created a fake manifest. That's what I submitted at the rally. And that's what started all of this. You must have thought I was stupid, turning against Lord Player so easily, especially with evidence forged in haste. It did seem a little odd, but now I understand why. So what's the next step? Hopefully Player can realize the truth. After this, he'll want to escape blame. Maybe he'll place the pieces together. Hopefully in doing this, he'll realize. That's when the both of us come in, assuming he learns of your guild heritage. He'll realize he can't escape the storm. At that point, he'll seek protection, and that's exactly what you can offer. He should come down here to talk, and that's when we can barter. Use your services to gain freedom. You thought all of this through? I did. Sorry if it's complicated, but if we protect Player, we can use him. His testimony will help expose Riley. Of course, they'll lose all validity. No one will vote for those 2 men. It'll secure the election for Velasquez. I must judge you. I'm impressed. Most do, and that makes it easier. I can avoid suspicion and detection. You think like a mercenary. You'd be a great addition, Kabu. Maybe the guild life would suit you. At least, that's the way I think. Always be steps ahead of the enemy. Then you'll be able to counter them. It's one of the first things I learned. I guess I wasn't lucky enough to learn it. All this just came to me by instinct. Sounds lucky to me. So what do we do? Just wait? That's all we can do, really. Wait for Player to come to his senses. Or perhaps wait for him to get caught. Okay, that scene kind of felt like it was dragging on a little bit. But at the Wayfarer's Tavern. Wow, we screw everything up, don't we? Can't even take a nap without ruining stuff. That's my old Conrad voice. Should I just do that Conrad voice for the remainder of the game? How do you think the king will take this? You know that his savior is missing. He's going to be furious, Indy. Quiet. It's not the time or place for jokes. We have to figure out what happened. The savior must be somewhere nearby. There's too much on the line to leave this. We have to figure it out and fast. Sorry. Maybe he just left of his own will. I mean, we never had him in shackles. They always had the freedom to walk. But we explain things so well. I'm certain we had their allegiance. They can't have just walked away. Look around for clues. There's more here, I know it. Oh, we're detectives now. Did I sleep through that meeting? Conrad, enough. Sorry for yelling. Would you please help me look around? Look for elements of foul play, then we can decide our next actions. Yeah, I'm on it. I'll try to keep low on the jokes. I didn't realize this was a hot topic. Just a hard habit to kick. Especially when it's second nature, you know. I understand. Thanks. You start looking over there. I'll get this half of the room. I appreciate it. They can't have gone far either. So the faster we find a lead, the better. They spent a few moments scouting the room. After a few moments pass, Mion makes a discovery. Conrad. Sup? Come here. I found something. What is it? It's blood. Wait, the Savior's blood? I don't know, but this is a tattered piece of clothing. I would recognize it anywhere, Conrad. Lord Blair was here. That's impossible. We're still on good terms with him. And Mion holds up the piece of fabric. The blood has long since dried. Well, who else would wear this? There's no other explanation. I've seen him wear this many times. That's purely conjecture. We should look around a little more. We knew all about Lord Blair. There's no way he'd leave willingly, yet there are no signs of a struggle. Fabric was torn and blood drawn. That doesn't happen without a fight. There'd have to be something left behind. But everything is in pristine condition. Perhaps we're falling into a trap, being tricked into thinking this way. This could be what the assailant wants. We were just next door, and beyond we could have heard if anything happened. Think about this logically, no assuming. I'm not assuming anything, cornball. The evidence is right before me. There's no mistaking what I'm seeing. Lord Blair must have abducted the Savior. We must make haste to his residence. Our guise has been broken. We can attack head on. We could apply directly to the forehead. We would have heard an abduction, and you may not think about this. I'm begging you. They could have spiked our wine, Conrad. If I knew I slept longer than usual. Now you're being paranoid. Conrad, just stop it. Well, screw you. We had someone capable of saving Terra, and now they're missing with evidence? This is a perfectly logical conclusion. I suppose at first glance. Exactly. And there's a chance I'm right. We have to act on that no matter how small. If we don't, the Savior could be killed. There's too much imbalance to debate. We need to take action before anything else. At least we be halfway, Indy. We can't afford to be so reckless. What do you have in mind? Let's just pay him a visit. We can gauge how he treats us. We'll be able to tell pretty quickly. If he tries anything funny, then we act. But right now, it's not right to assume. We could be heading into a trap, you know. If we attack first, we'd blow our cover. And everything would just fall apart. That could easily be someone's true goal. Very well. Andy Mayall places his hand on Conrad's shoulder. What if he's hiding the Savior? Or if he gives the slightest suspicion? I will show no mercy. I promise. Whoa. Wine cellar. I'm kind of just jumping around, seeing what's up. You can see how this is important to me. Normally, I wouldn't give to such extreme. I can't do it. I can't do Schwarzenegger. Kaelin's life is on the line here. Blah. You always did have a soft spot for him. It's rare to see you in such dire straits. But yeah, I guess I can understand. What do you want me to do about it? I'm one of your enemies after all. Why'd I help the competition? You wouldn't help the competition, but you might help a friend. Oh, we're friends now. When you need help, that's how it works. Samantha. Don't call me that, it's Sam. I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, but this time I really do need your help. You had your chance to recruit me, but you chose that pretty boy instead. And now you want me to help you save him? The irony is actually comedic. Oh, you only hear them mock me. Well, I need to check in on things. My boss needs all kinds of information. And who's your boss exactly? Sorry, lips are sealed. But you're asking me to sway allegiance. Only coin can get me to do that, righty. And no small amount of them either. But I might also use this chance to spy. So think that I'm yours for good. I could turn my back and sell you out. I was fully expecting to pay for this. As a mercenary, I know the power of money. Very well. Tell me the full story. I don't want any naughty little surprises. I don't get along with those, righty. Well, Kaelin is being held prisoner. I'm Lord Player's Manor, actually. Maybe you've heard of him. Of course I have, and you're crazy. The security on this estate is massive. That's why I've come to you. I'll require a bonus then. Fine, but it's just a rescue mission. Not much else out of the ordinary. But if there are any other prisoners, I think we should extract them as well. Bonus. Also, I'm open to any important facts, if you dig up dirt on Player of the King. Bonus. Poor righty. Also, you may be subject to more bonuses, especially if mission parameters change. Do you find this acceptable, righty? Yes, but I'm coming with you. Like hell you are, I work alone. No, you work with me now. No thanks, we tried that once before. It said I was too reckless, I think. It chose a pretty boy over me. Who's the pretty boy? This isn't an entrance exam, Sam. Life's on the line, you know? I didn't pay you back then. I set the mission parameters. You will charge me accordingly. Fine, but I doubt you can afford me. Especially not when you meet no seller. Headquarters under a tavern, that's rich. Actually, it's the other way around. The tavern was built over my HQ. These tunnels are deep, and lots of secrets. Remember, Velasquez funded this place. The royal treasury is nearly limitless. Trust me, I'm aware. So what do you think? Can we work together, Sam? Sure. Let's talk numbers. And we get more ridiculous outfits. Seriously, like, what does she even wear? I get it's supposed to be like Eastern inspired, but come on. I wish I knew what to do. Honestly, Dusk, I'm conflicted. I can understand given your situation. I fear my allies are turning against me. I'm just trying to help everybody, Dusk. You've done a fine job of that, my lord. You definitely have my allegiance. For that I am honored. But they don't appreciate my secrecy. I haven't really been transparent. I've been very quiet about my plans, and that means one important thing. People fill the cracks with imagination. Their own thoughts make me a villain. People tend to do that, especially under such grim circumstances. Many citizens think worst case scenario. They don't have this life of luxury. I think you should visit the people. Work in public relations would be great. I'm not sure about public relations. No amount of that could fix what's coming. Tell me, Dusk. If you could do something truly amazing, would you do it without hesitation? Without a doubt. What if the world hated you for it? They wouldn't see the good right away, no matter how beautiful things ended up. I'm not sure, my lord. If it was good, it would be obvious. I don't see why people would hate. See, I can sense hesitance, Dusk. But don't worry, I feel the same way. Especially when the time is finally here. And now I'm just not sure. Do not let your resolve falter, my king. Especially not based on others' opinions. There are always those who would oppose you. I'm afraid that's the only advice I have. It's not bad advice. I'm glad I sought your counsel. You must think me foolish, the immortal king doubting his actions. I'm supposed to know everything, aren't I? Again, that's just something that people say. Don't become who they think you are. You only end up losing your true self. And that is something we cannot lose. You are wise beyond your years, especially as numerous as they've been. Yes, there have been many. But I fear this may be my last. Oh, snap. Again, at a much earlier time. More like the, oh, we're setting everything up. Wait, what? I'm sorry. I believe I misheard you. I'm afraid you didn't, Miss Armstrong. But you know who I am. I'm in a business of protecting others. You can't expect me to consider this. Yes, you do like to protect others. But this comes with something else. You understand the importance of death. It is everywhere. It is unavoidable. While all around us it consumes us, the power of death is immeasurable. Surely you've been touched by it as well. Perhaps you've lost someone dear to you, someone you'd give anything to see again. Even the lives of others, perhaps? Yes, I have. But you can't just... Think of it this way, Max. You know what the Ark is capable of. You could bring an end to death as a whole. That's what you want, isn't it? That's what your company is dedicated to. Protecting others, saving them from death. Nobody would have to lose a loved one again. No one would experience the pain, the grief. Surely this is worth what I'm asking. You're asking me to kill. But think of the loved ones you've lost. Wouldn't you like to see them again? Bring them back? Have them full of life? There has to be some other way. I'm afraid that there isn't. You've been running from death for too long. It's time to embrace it now. Live it. The ruler of the Ark must not fear death. He cannot hesitate in the face of it. You have to confront it head on, Max. You've mastered the concept of life. Your company is dedicated to preservation. Now it's time to embrace the other side. It's true. We protect people from death, but no matter what, death still exists. You need to gain a greater understanding. Only then will you be fit to rule. A ruler is master of every avenue, not just one or a few. A ruler can never pretend. Until now, you've run away. To rule the Ark, you must master. I don't know what to say. This isn't something I should consider. Standing here and seeing this place. I guess your words more importance. This place is truly beautiful, but I'm not sure if this is worth it. If you're being honest about this power, I can't afford to deny your request, and into death. What I've always wanted. But at the cost of more death? I don't know if I want to stain my hands. I never said it had to be you, Max. Remember the gear I've given you. Using it, accidents could happen. Also, let's not be stupid here. You've used your products for your own gain. I can thieve a few times without effort. How does he know that? Just who is this guy? Give me a moment to think about it, please. Of course. It's not an easy decision to make. By all means, take your time. Okay, let's recap here, Max. I was at home like I normally was, and after dozing off, I found myself here. Apparently, it's a place called the Ark. The current owner wants to leave, so he's taking the time to seek a replacement. He's told me that it controls time's flow, but it said it controls life and death too. That means he can kill anyone he wants, or he can keep those he likes alive. For some reason, I'm in this contest, but I have to prove my mastery over death. Managing Armstrong is mastering life. I guess I need to see the other side. Maybe that's why he chose me. I'm halfway. First I mastered life, now death. But I need to kill people to do that, but I don't know. I usually do the opposite. However, he hinted I could use weapons, so that part's somewhat appealing. Wait a minute. If what he said about the Ark is true, I can just resurrect people I kill. In this case, it is just symbolic. My actions wouldn't be permanent. Unless I lose, of course. With all this power, I could. Control of time and company assets? I don't think it's possible to lose. I'd have all the time in the world. You're a genius, Max. You can play him, do what he wants, and then reverse it all. Or maybe that's what he wants you to do. Alright, I'm in. Can you give me more specifics? Of course. A world tour is about to launch in Tokyo. I suggest buying a plane ticket. You'll be needed there right away. Yeah, this game's pretty much everybody's trying to play everybody. Like, that's what's going. Well, I mean, you have people. Yeah, everybody's trying to play everybody. You have like multiple chess masters on the field, or, well, chess wouldn't be a good metaphor. Think of it as a four-way game of Advance Wars. It's actually really good given the nature of AW anyways. Although I'm not sure if we only have 4 players or less or more, but anyways. I gazed at my phone what seemed like an eternity. I simply couldn't process what I was seeing. Someone else had gained powers from the Ark? I knew that man wasn't telling me everything, and now I'm about to smack him upside the head. My initial instinct was to show this to Charon, but I couldn't reveal my powers to him just like that. In fact, I don't know who I could show this to. I'd likely have to keep this to myself, which was awful. Why couldn't someone on my side have powers? How little you know. Things have not gone my way since I returned from Terra. I suddenly long for the simpler times of yesterday. Back when my biggest worries were... Welcome to Nico and Friends, where I make references at breakneck speed. I long for the peace of what I experienced. Especially with the fact that there were weapons here. Even after what Singe said, I was still scared, but I guess our Charon was here to protect us at least. I should pay him another visit and keep him close. But then I remembered, Singe wants to see me. Perhaps he could shed more light on all this. Because after this now, I feel like a prisoner here, and that was definitely not in the contest terms. I take a deep breath, then go to leave the room. Out of the corner of my eye, I see a box on the floor. It has a small blinking light on it, and it's red. I don't remember seeing that before the conference. But that has to be one of the weapons. Which means I should probably get out of this room. But that isn't my goal. I quickly walk on out. Would you like to save your game? Sure. Doop, doop. Let's go. As soon as I step out, I see the same room as before, yet this time it feels different. When I was here before, I sensed grief and apprehension. But now I sense fright and anxiety. It's quite palpable. I'm sure that after the conference the press left, why would they stay behind in a weaponized building? For now I was certain that it was just us here. By us I mean those associated with the tour. Okay, so that's right, yeah. Because at first he makes it sound like everybody in the room is kept in, but that's not how it works. Whew. Excuse me. Knowing that, it felt easier to calm down. It was welcome in the face of what I felt before. I just see our Charon. He's guarding the entrance to Singe's office. Hey there. Just what I was looking to see. Got a meeting with the man himself, hmm? Did you better hear out with me first? Something's been on my mind for a while. I mean, about the press conference. I'm sure you know what I mean. A while? But it just happened, didn't it? In fact, I wanted to talk with you sooner, even before the conference began. Well, I mean, it's been like 20 minutes. 30 minutes since... Because we've been getting flashbacks. It felt like I was in a Stephen King novel for a second here. Well, no, that's we flash back, then we flash forward, get somebody doing something, then we flash back, and then I'm just, you know, sometimes you just don't feel like it. I saw you go with Shock and Rocker. But I guess right now it's fine too. In fact, it might even be better. There's something eating away at me. Did my outburst go too far? I feel like Singe belittled me on stage. His certainty shouldn't override my worry. I feel like I had a valid concern, Joshua. He chastised me for doing what I paid for. I only acted out of my interest to protect. I feel like others would have done it too. My past with Armstrong is not related. I especially think in front of the press. I have a reputation to uphold. A guard can't be emotional like that. There must be no conflict of interest. The agency doesn't approve of that, the one I work for, I mean. So that's what I'm wondering. Did I do something wrong on stage? Or was I acting as I should have? Maybe Singe was out of line. That's actually a pretty good question. I don't think you were in the wrong. Because I want them point. Well, I mean, I don't think he was in the wrong either. It's kind of just stupid to put a bunch of bomb in the building. Karen likes your response. I don't think our Karen is in the wrong here. You can never really be wrong with the conflict of interest. Two sides clashing with opposing yet moral positions. Or was Singe being moral here? Housing us in a building full of weaponry? Our Crown speaking out against it was totally rational. Thank you. I feel much better after hearing that. I was worried I'd be alone in my sentiment. Self-doubt is never easy to endure. It eats at you, tears away from inside. Not even all the time in the world can help. But I guess I should just move on. It does not affect my mission parameters. I need to protect everybody here. Everybody? That's not what we said before. Perhaps Singe gave him more duties. Well, you'll be safe in his office. While you're there, I'm meeting Daz. She's been acting a little odd lately. I don't know her very well, of course, but I can sense something when something is off. Funny you should say that. I guess he can't pick up on what I'm feeling. Especially with all the texts I received. I thought it would be blatantly obvious for him. So maybe his mind is preoccupied with something else, or someone else. Thank you for the little chat, Joshua. I know it's stupid, we're confined, but I feel somewhat free. I'll take my time to greet everyone. Starting with that, as I mentioned before. So if you'd be kind enough to excuse me. I'm off on a hot date. I'm just kidding. I'm left for an incision office with my thoughts that someone out there wants to kill, thoughts that someone else has powers from the ark, thoughts that we are surrounded by deadly weapons. I'm about to meet with the man who holds it all together. Singe, the manager of the world tour. The one in charge of everything, including when I yawn. Why does this fill me with such unease? Now that Karen is gone, I can hear voices, and without a doubt they belong to Keela and Singe. The office is lit with their conversation. I hope they didn't start without me, I ain't late. I can hear the voices as clear as day, save for a few muffled words at least. In fact, I'm curious as to what they're saying. What could be so important that they can't wait? Let's just walk inside. Nobody likes an eavesdropper. I was tempted to listen in, but I admit it was not in my nature. I trusted them enough not to hide anything from me, at least they haven't seen me this far. They're probably just making idle conversation. It's not like they'd sit there in silence without me. So, without much pause, I opened the door. It opens with a breath of ease, and I slowly go inside, hopefully to gain some answers from the man himself. Sure, let's save. Woo! Meanwhile, oh my god. Guess I better make myself comfortable. Might be living here for a while now. Should probably go and meet with Daz. Her schedule will need adjusting. Shock and Rocker too, for that matter. But I hate that constant fighting. We're just an old married couple. Daz will have to ease into a new role. It's going to be a bit overwhelming for her. Hopefully I can make it easier. What a water gate. Uncomfortable. Whee! Oh my goodness. Oh, hey. Didn't see you there. Almost ran right into you. I didn't see you there, too. Either, I mean. Watch where you're going, alright? Oh, trust me, I was. And you're just the man I was looking for. Wait, you were looking for me? I think you had me confused, lady. You know, with someone important. Now, don't leave me waiting, Rook. I've been looking everywhere for you. There's no need to be rude about this. I have prior engagements. However, would you like an appointment? I'm open to rescheduling this. Just let me know what time you're free. An appointment? I can work with that. You know the press conference room? Yeah, it's like my second home. Sin sure has a flair for the dramatic. Was a conference there for almost everything. Would you be able to meet me there later? I'm asking you to come along, of course. What's the nature of this appointment? Business, of course. You're Cynthia's assistant, right? It's hard to reach, so I'll take you. You have to be a little less vague. Do you really not know who I am? I'm not big on the tabloids, sorry. I'll have to take that as a compliment. Either way, call me Maxine Armstrong, CEO of Armstrong Incorporated. Oh, so that's who you are. You kept all of your dealings private. That's the one thing I hate most, hiding. I always go for transparency. Withholding information is horrible. You'll have to excuse my lack of joy. Can't expect everybody to bow before you. I'm not exactly a fan of your work, Max. Wow, you're just as cocky as she said. She? Oops, I've said too much. The rest can wait for our appointment. How does 7 o'clock sound to you, Brooke? I'm free. And the press room is good? As good as any other, I suppose. Great. I'll see you then. And remember, come alone. Yeah, whatever. I have stuff to do. Yes, of course you do. You're always a busy man. By all means, enjoy what time you have left. Oh, in the present? You should slow down on caffeine. I heard it's not good for you, Shock. And I mean this as a friend. 6 energy drinks in one day. Oh my god. He's gonna die. And I ain't gonna be the midnight killer. I haven't had much sleep. I'm drinking them to stay awake. Rook robbed me of my rest last night. Couldn't you just take a nap then? There's not much to be done today. I'd say it's a write-off. Get some rest. I can't. What do you mean? I tried earlier. It's my dreams. They haven't caught up to reality yet. He's still there, you know what I mean? Oh. That might take a while, Shock. You'll need to sleep sometime soon. Those drinks can keep you up that long. You don't know what it's like. Sure I do. I just cope differently. We all handle death in different ways. Some people can even be harmful with it. Coping. That's what you think this is? When I look at the brand you're drinking, I'd have to say yes. The contest is over. There's no need to drink that many, Shock. I don't know what you're hoping to find. There won't be anything inside those cans. You might have to look elsewhere, Shock. Like at the bottom of every bottle. You're reading into this too much. And stop quoting Nickelback. It's not like I drink these to honor him. It doesn't work that way for me, remember? Funny you would jump to that conclusion. I didn't mention anything of the sort. You might not realize what you're doing. Sometimes your body does it automatically. It's largely the same for me, Shock. Ever wonder why I carry a bass guitar? You know for a fact I can't play one. You mean... Yeah, it's a memento. But it's more permanent than a pop star. It'll last forever given the right care. You might need to change your thinking. I'm not stupid, Shock, you know that. You're only pretending to be carefree. You need to cope, not push it aside. You said it could last forever? Yeah, with love and care, Shock. This'll last as long as I want it to. It may even outlive me at this rate. You might be reading too much into this. I'm strong enough. I don't need a crutch. A memento will just flood me with memories. It might make it more intense at first, but eventually you give it new meaning. The memento becomes yours, not theirs. I'm not sure I follow. You'll have to see for yourself, Shock. I'm not going to force anything on you, but at least tell me you'll consider it. I promise to lay off the pop star. I don't need you anxious and jittery. Fine. If you have any bad experiences, call me. night terrors, anything in between. I'm your friend Shock, I'm here for you. I know you're strong enough to do this. Don't play the proud guy and go at it alone. That's the worst possible idea, man. It ensures that the problem never goes away. You bottle it up and eventually explode. We don't want any exploding happening here. Bad joke, dude. That's like saying bomb on an airplane. Well, this time you're right. Thank you for the advice. No problem. You know, everyone says we fight a lot, but I always say we're really good friends. And I think we just proved that. Yeah. Anyways, I was just going to say, I have a meeting here in a little bit. Go ahead, I'll stay backstage. Feel free to go whenever you want. Just don't try to leave the building. We don't want to make Singe upset. Can't make any promises. I tend to make him angry at every turn. He's not the only one. I hate you. No, you don't, Shock. They laugh and give wide smiles to one another. He slowly walks away, leaving Rocker behind. No one ever asked me to meet up with them, let alone someone as influential as her. Wonder if it's something special. Yes, it's all over now. Continuing their prior conversation. Remember, Max, if you win, you can undo all the damage. You're not actually down for killing. You're just playing a part, fooling him. Take deep, concentrated breaths. Don't let your anxiety overtake you. No, this will be permanent. You can bring them back, even her. Tokyo, Can't say I've ever been there, aside from Africa. I stayed in America. Another person of interest will arrive too. They're secondary to your objective. You must ensure they stay alive. But everyone else in the tour must die. Yeesh. All of them? How many are there? I'll give you a list. However, you have to wait before acting. The game doesn't start until the bell tolls. And when exactly is this bell? The death of Clace, of course. Let me explain this in an easier manner. As I said, there's a special guest. I have to keep my eyes on them as well. So your test is happening close by. Other people are competing with you, Max. We need one large event to start this. Something everyone will know of. I can think of nothing more fitting. The death of their figurehead star. I see. I'll give you a specific date and time. It'll be up to you to kill him then. After that, you have 24 hours. Alright. Makes sense. Kill Clace, kill the others. Not 24 hours from that point. Yes. You'll have time to practice, though. And lots of time to set things up, too. You can use your company as cover. Practice murder? Yes. I have the perfect opportunity. I'll give you free reign of Tokyo's people. But this is under one condition. The deaths must happen exactly at midnight. Seems rather specific. It benefits another venture of mine. I can't say much more than that, Max. I understand. This is an all-or-nothing game. If anyone's left alive, you lose. You must deliver death to all of them. Until you kill Clace, you can practice. That and formulate your entire plan. You have a world tour to infiltrate. But with the power to stop time, I don't see that as much of an issue. I'm looking forward to your results. Just make sure the VIP stays alive. They are present, but not on the list. You can't afford to be reckless, Max. I am certain you won't disappoint. Especially given this generous time frame. I hope to see you stand in my place. I'll do my best. So about this list? Of course, take notes on your phone. You'll be using it a lot from now on. Doop. So you got what's happening there, right? What's his friend? What's his face? Maxine has to kill everybody. Does it when Clace arrives. Maxine has to then murder everybody, and before then she practices at midnight. And that's so Ryo can send people to Terra. Which I don't get why he's still sending people to Terra. But I'm guessing it's just timing with whatever he's got going on. I'll have to, I don't know, kind of tired, as you can tell, during this recording. But yeah, there you go. We got more twists and turns coming up. Thank you for working with my schedule. I know you were quite eager, Max. It's nice to finally meet with you. Yeah, of course, this is important to me. I assured my schedule was wide open. I don't want any conflict regarding time. I'm glad it all worked out. So, may I ask what you wanted to say? I've never had someone so set on a meeting. You must be very passionate about this. I guess you could use that word. Your employees called it stubborn. You must mean Rook. I assure you, he's harmless. You'll see if you run into him in person. He can be very rude in his emails, but honestly, that's what I need. He's succinct and on the ball. He weeds out those who waste my time, and he doesn't damage our public image. I'd say it's a win-win scenario, Max. I can see how he'd scare people away. You're lucky to have a man like him. Let's just hope he stays with the team. I read about his work in the past, how he ran away from the May Cafe. I hope he's as reliable as you say. I'm surprised you were able to learn that. He's usually very secretive about his past. I've seen him take down entire websites. I have my ways. I'm sure, but let's be more open. You didn't come here to talk about Rook. What are you after, Miss Armstrong? Don't say it like that, Singe. It makes me sound shallow. I want to protect your workforce. Our catalog grows ever larger. I'm sure we could find something you'd like. Can I put a price on your loved ones? This is a sales pitch after all. I'm sorry, Max. I don't have time for this. I'm a very busy man with places to be. Well, let's not jump to conclusions. A sales pitch means you're able to decline. It implies you have a choice in the matter. Excuse me? I already have my men arming the building. It'll be finished in a couple of hours. What? Oh, don't worry about it, Singe. We're using largely non-lethal methods, you know, chemical dispersion and stuff. There'll be a couple explosives. Sorry, I had to take the initiative. That's how you build an empire, Singe. Have your men back off immediately. Max, we are in a foreign country. We don't have the permission. Already taken care of, Singe. You seem to underestimate me. I want no part in this. I am uncomfortable housing weapons. I don't own this place. Please, stop it. I won't hesitate to call the police. I don't want to escalate this, Max. Back away from this peacefully. You're right, you don't own this place. Just a couple weeks ago, I bought it. It's property of Armstrong Incorporated. Well, shoot. As of this moment, you're a trespasser, in clear violation of the law, Singe. How would that look on your record? You're bribing me? No, I haven't gotten that part yet. What a player. Singe, if you don't let us arm this place, I'll have you charged for trespassing. But I've paid for a lease. That's not how this works, Max. It's a legally binding contract. Any contract can be bought out, you doofus. You just need the right amount of cash. Turns out, I have a limitless supply. I'm like Bruce Wayne. Do you still wish to contest this? Yes, I do. I was hoping it wouldn't come to that. Max reaches into her pocket and takes out a photograph. Look at this photograph. How did you get that? I keep it in my pocket at all times. You don't know what you're dealing with. Forces beyond your control are at play. You need to let me do this now. The person in this photograph, they mean the world to you. Yes. So if the law won't make you cave, I'll have to get a little bit more personal. You'll lose someone dear to you instead. I demand your full cooperation, Singe, or else I'll take things into my own hands, and in doing so, take your world away. How would it feel to see everything around you crumble and fall? She rips the photograph in half. Oh, no. No! Who are you? No one important. At least, not yet. I already went through your phone. I got your number and a few numbers and a few others. Expect me to be in touch. It seems this tour may start with a bang. Poor Singe. Meanwhile... Am I finally gonna... Oh my god. Everyone is off doing their own thing. You can say that again. I actually have another meeting booked, but this one took priority, Jade. Let me guess, Maxine Armstrong. Yeah. Bumped into her in the lobby. Best team or someone like that. I doubt anything will happen from it. She's stuck in here too, remember? Just seems like she's going stir crazy. Needs social interaction so she won't break. But we're both used to this place. We spend almost every day here. Survival of the fittest, right? Indeed, not everybody could stand this. Makes you wonder how the lucky two are doing. We promised them so much and they got this. What a kick in the tush. I already talked it over with Singe. We've come to an amicable conclusion. The lockdown won't last much longer. That's good. We need some damage control, because there's been a whole lot of damage. We'll be doing tons of interviews, Jade. In fact, I have tons of requests already. Aside from Maxine, I mean. This is the most hectic things can be. Meetings are no problem for me. I know this is the same for you. It's the planning and scheduling. Yeah, we're not going to be here forever. Think we can fit all these in? Look, hands Jade his tablet. There's a list of names on it. The header reads, people to interview. Jade is taken aback for a moment. Did Rook just hand me his tablet? I've never seen it leave his hands before. Did Rook just hand me his tablet? I've never seen it leave his hands before. Looks achievable. Might be a little cramped. We're no strangers to that. We need to prioritize the biggest outlets. Talk to people with the most reach. Nothing personal to the little guys. She hands back the tablet with a smile. Too much to do in a casual setting, though. Want to grab some coffee together? Sorry, I don't drink coffee. I'm antsy enough without it. Well, we could grab dinner then. It's almost that time. Sorry, not hungry. Anxiety does that to you. As clueless as ever, hmm? And here I thought we made a breakthrough. Alright, let's just have a seat right here. We'll figure all this out together. And then maybe we can plan something more. Jade is getting flirty. Backstage. She sure is taking her sweet time. Seemed like the punctual type. I wonder what's keeping her. If she doesn't make it, I'm leaving. If she doesn't get here in 30 minutes, I am legally obligated to leave. Or legally allowed. Unlike standing around. He starts to walk away. Hello, Rocker. Sorry I'm a little late. I have a lot on my agenda today. Oh, hey, it's okay. I know what it's like to be busy. Thankfully, I have tons of free time now. Sorry for almost bumping into you. I didn't see you there. There's been a lot on my mind lately. Yeah, I heard what happened, Rocker. This whole enterprise was thrown for a loop. But I heard the news Singe broke earlier. I plan to get you back on your feet. Daz is a fine replacement, in my opinion. I agree, she's very talented. Not that close, but that'll change. We have to get along for touring. Of course. The closer you are, the better your onstage chemistry is. That's how it works, right? Like yourself in Shock. You could say that, yeah. A lot of people fake their own onstage chemistry in this world. Many bands just end up hating each other. And I guess when you get along, it shows in the way you perform. People feel the connection too and get more involved. That sounds right. You're pretty good at this stuff, Max. Thank you, Rocker. Max fidgets awkwardly, rubbing the rope on her arm. Oh yeah, huh, she has a rope on her arm. How did I just notice that? So can I ask why you wanted to meet me? Of course. Well, we're all stuck here. I thought we'd get to know everybody, but there's another reason. I have a list of very important people, and you're actually at the top of it. Wait, like an award ceremony? I've been nominated in a long time. No, not an award ceremony, but it's definitely an exclusive list. Its numbers are very few. That sounds pretty cool. You think I could take a look at it? Absolutely. Be my guest. Matt hands Rocker a piece of paper. As he reads it, she fiddles with the rope once more. Rocker, Shock, Rook, Keela, Singe, Inway, Akira, Daz, Blaze, Jade. Wow, we're all here. Save for Joshua, of course. I know that's one of the names that's scratched up, but happened to be the previous guard. Akira was rather the addition, yes. So what do you think about the list? It's a list of everybody here. I mean, all of us in that building. Can't think of anything else. Well, you'd be absolutely right. It's a list of those under this roof. Glad to know that's correct. Oh, you didn't make this yourself? No, someone made it for me. Someone with way more power than I have. I just took notes while he spoke. Nice. So, who made it? His name is Rio, and he'd very much like to meet you. He's waiting, if you have the time. Sure, that sounds really cool. I don't have much to do right now. Sure thing, just follow my lead. Max removes a rope from her arm. Gripping it tightly, she approaches Rocker. Oh. Would you like to save your game? I would like to save... I think y'all kind of just know. Why is Shock hanging around my file save screen? When I arrive in the office, they stare at me intently. Finally, I made it to the office. Major Minor making it to the dang office edition. No worries, we had no schedule. Took you long enough to get here anyways. Besides, Kayla here kept me company. We had quite a lot to chat about. Yeah, Singe is really cool. He's smart and well-spoken. I can learn a lot from him. You flatter me, Kayla, but please have a seat. There's so much to discuss. I do as instructed and sit beside Kayla. I wanted to start by thanking you both. Your dedication has been unmatched. The contest was a massive success. To that end, I have a present for you. I wanted to give this to you much earlier. Just give me a moment to get them, alright? Zend reaches under his desk for a few moments, looking for something. After a few moments, he smiles and lets out a sigh, almost like he was afraid he lost them for a moment. I know he had to give away the cans, the one that won you your spot, I mean. To be honest, I found that silly. So I decided to have some replicas made, something you can keep as a souvenir. They're exactly the same as you knew. Yes, I'm a man of sentiment. The contest clearly meant a lot to you, so I thought this would be a nice gift. He places the 2 cans of Popstar on his desk. Me and Keela exchange glances with one another. Wow, Singe, that's really awesome. I was sad I had to give mine away, but now everything is A-okay. Keela happily grabs his can and places it in his pocket. This sure was interesting, I didn't expect it. The can on the desk reminds me of those simpler times. But now it seems a little different, doesn't it? After all that happened, was it really so prestigious? Seems like it just won us lots of pain and suffering. I hope to myself that things would resolve happily. So I don't seem rude. I accept the offering. I rested in my lap noticing it's full. I'm assuming Singe wants it to stay that way. I had to guard over these cans with my life. I didn't want them to get stolen or leaked. Then there could be more than 2 winners. This is a personal present for myself. Please treat them with love and care. With that said, we have to move on. A lot has happened since we arrived here. And especially since you 2 arrived. I'm sorry it's come to this, but I no longer feel safe keeping you here. I have arranged for transportation. Tomorrow you both will be taken home. I'm afraid that the contest is cancelled. Trust me, it's not what I want here. And I truly wish I had better news, but we have to move on. You 2 are exempt from my previous rule of having to stay inside the building. You're both free, but that's not all. You'll be receiving compensation, of course. We had a lot of money set aside for you 2. Instead, we'll just be giving it to you. You'll get a check before you... A check? What are you, English? That's English people spell check like that. For about $100,000. Woo! I hope these terms are acceptable. Cool. Your flight home will be tomorrow. I hope that we can be mature here. Will you agree to these terms? I will. I nod in acceptance. I can't really say no. The new was still needed in Terra, so I'd have to play the rest of this by ear. This money isn't much when worlds are at stake. With that said, I have one last gift. Singe reaches into his pocket and pulls out 2 cards. Interesting. They appear to be credit cards. There's one for each of you. They have a few $1,000s on them. It'll help until you cash the check. This is my own personal money, too. Another gift. Directly from me. There are lots of amenities on site. I trust you'll enjoy your final day. Your flight will leave by noon. Meet me in the lobby at 7 o'clock. Okay. Caleb grabs one of the cards and puts it in his pocket. I follow suit and do the same thing. This is eerie. Well, it's like it wasn't happening. It's so surreal. The end of an era, it feels like. Everything we both wanted, taken away from us. But I can't give up. There's still lots to solve. Just then, Singe's phone rings. He puts a finger, ordering us to wait a moment. Yep, Singe speaking. I see you. Are you certain? I understand. Please call for help. Singe hangs up his phone. He slumps down in his chair with a huge sigh. What happened? Who was that? I'm afraid I have some bad news. A corpse was found on the premises. In the backstage area, to be precise. Are you serious? Singe places both hands over his face. He continues to speak, but it's muffled. It's unclear what emotion is worn underneath. A guitarist. Oh, I thought I would have to do more talking like that. No. No more arc scenes. Stop with this formatting. So I guess that's all I need to say. To list these people and Joshua, not to mention the power I've given you. Any questions before I send you back? Remember, this may be your only chance. I don't want you to leave with any regrets. Oh, crap! I thought we were getting more Maxine scenes. I was like... No, it was all very clear. It might be hard to find a way in. I'm too already as a guard, you know. Shouldn't be an issue. And after that, your opposition. Their goal is to kill. Yours is to protect. Again, that shouldn't be an issue. I've never failed any of my clients. I have no need to treat this differently. Well, there is some leeway here. You just need to leave one person alive. For your competition, it's all or nothing. It'll be interesting to see who wins. Life and death, fighting each other. The spot is as good as mine. I have no intention of ruining my record. I've never let a client down before. Very well. I have one final request, however, regarding the one called Joshua. What is it? I'll be making up a big story. Something about parallel worlds. They'll think they have a power. If they tell you this, humor them. They mustn't know the truth of things. They are the key to my other venture. Very well. With that being said, are you ready for the games to begin? The eternal struggle of life and death. But this time, we'll have a victor. Yes, I am. Good. One final thing. When you meet your opposition, I think you'll come to understand. There's no motivation like sibling rivalry. So our power was just... I don't think so. Because, I mean, we've seen in Winds of Change that spirits can give powers to people. I mean, yeah, well, that's a whole thing that I don't want to go into right now. But I don't know. I think we do have some kind of power. But anyways. Velazquez kneels at an altar surrounded by silence. In my time of need, I fear I am alone. But who does a man such as me pray to, when I already bear the burden of the world, when your fate is now upon us? He grips the scepter in his hands, trembling softly. A monument to the dead is my only hope. Perhaps that is proof enough of my failure. But I know that we can find salvation, for nothing is below such a right, not as long as they have the power, or if they have the strength to use it. The fate of the universe is now a gamble, and here I am, filled with doubts, when once I was so sure. However, it is too late. They are coming with 1,000 furies, and they will seek only our destruction. Taking a deep breath, he stands. But as they say about desperate times, He aims the sharp side of the scepter towards his body and drives it through his chest. With a frightened scream, he loses his balance. Grabbing onto a pew for balance, he watches the floor become stained with his blood. He cries, "For Terra and the Immortal King. Life and death." We sit in silence for far too long. Singe rests his face in his hands, another defeat. Keela and I exchange glances, unsure of what to do. Was Rocker truly dead? And aligning perfectly with those mysterious texts? Wait. I have to use my brain here. The master said a friend of me might have died today. I can't say I consider Rocker a friend. We had next to no contact since I arrived. The people I had real contact with, Keela and Root, but they're safe and sound. As I make eye contact with Keela, I shrug. Perhaps it would be best to leave Singe alone, and perhaps leave this place altogether. We shouldn't have to wait till morning, not with danger like this lurking about. Especially not since we have those credit cards. Singe, are you okay? I am conflicted. Rocker was a prodigy. This loss is so profound. Not just for me and my endeavors, but for the music industry as a whole. He takes out his phone and starts texting. I must confer with our Charon, but I think we all know what this means. What? The killer is among us. This calls for change in plans. A change? I need to work with our Charon. Together we can catch this killer. While on the other hand, your flight home has been bumped up. I'll make sure you're home later tonight. I'm sure you understand. Clace was not an isolated incident. The worst has come to pass. We are under attack, and I cannot risk you two as casualties. Yeah, I understand. Talk about worst case scenario. I wonder if this tour will even happen. So much has gone to waste. But for what purpose? Why would someone want to do this? That's a good question, actually. If someone was misusing their powers from the Ark, why did that man gift it to them in the first place? I have to assume he chose his specimens carefully. At least that's the impression he gave me. I didn't think he'd choose someone so reckless. In fact, I thought I was the only one chosen. Or do I really want to leave? For now, it seems like this ends tonight, and that's all the time I have before I'm sent home. That's a tall order. Catch a murder and save Terra in one night? I feel like I'm a bit off a bit more than I can chew. So what do you do in the meantime? I would suggest sticking together, or at least be around those you trust. Shock and Rocker rarely parted ways. The killer must have been watching. They waited until Rocker was alone. Don't give them that chance. I'm afraid this is all the advice I have. Wait a minute. You're gonna make us stay here when there's a killer out and about? That's crazy. I thought maybe he'd make us way to the airport or something strange, but keeping us in harm's way? That's a very pessimistic way of looking at things, Keela. You should rethink this. This is basically a hostage situation. We might as well have guns to our heads. What's the one thing you must never do when someone has a gun pointed at you? Make sudden movements. Exactly. A rash decision like that may provoke the assailant into taking rash decisions of their own. We must remain here. I think it's best if we let them assume their plan is coming to fruition. That way we can catch them off guard later on. I will discuss the best course of action with our Charon. If I'm not mistaken, this is far from his first brush with the killer. With that stance, I think the best course of action is not to give off the impression that we fear the killer, that we're running. I guess it makes sense. I don't know. Truth be told, I don't know either, but a Charon will. If the plan changes, I will let you know. You got Singe's contact information. Alright. Singe leans back in his chair with a sigh. At first, I thought I was responsible for Clace's death. That maybe allowing him to leave this place would put him in danger. But now I know we've been targeted. Honestly, I think Clace would have been attacked, no matter where he was. I don't know if that's scary or if it's assuring, but for now, the burden of responsibility is one easily discarded. I feel as if my mind has become more clear. I will use this newfound resolve to find and restrain the killer, give them justice. And our Charon and myself will do it swiftly. He slams a fist down on the table. You're free to go. Please see the advice I gave earlier, and I will be in contact about your flight. Joshua, you can go. I need to have a few words with Singe. I'll run into you later, I'm sure. Killer reclines in his chair, clearly displaying that he's here to stay. Very well. Be safe, Joshua. Like rats in a cage. But I'm pretty sure there's mice in this world. I think I'll go to one more save point, because things are about to heat up. Joshua. As if on cue, he approaches me. I saw the paramedics carry out a body bag. I was terrified, wondering who it could be, but I got a text from Singe right away. I'm glad to see you're safe, but in light of what happened, some changes need to be made. Singe doesn't have a good grasp on things. I expect some answers from him promptly, and I expect him to put me in charge. Marker's death was a tragedy, one that could have been easily avoided if only... What did you just say? I was just saying. It was a tragedy what happened to Rocker. He was so young as well. Shock's hands turn to fists. He trembles, clearly fighting off tears. Tell me what happened. Carol looks at me, unsure of how to respond. I shrug. Dealing with this is not my expertise. There was an incident shock. Like what happened to Clace. Actually, it was exactly the same. Rocker died the same way? I guess Singe gave Carol more info than us, but if this was true then, the person texting me, they killed Clace, but not only that, they were the Midnight Killer, using their power from the... Yeah, see, this is the problem with the framing that the story is. Because now I'm pretty sure you guys can connect the dots. I mean, we'll get a definite answer, but y'all probably already know who the Midnight Killer is at this point. The culprit is really in this building, and with access to the power from a place like that, I shiver, utterly terrified at the implications. You mean... Unfortunately, yes. How could you let this happen? Me? Best in the business? Perfect track record? You're supposed to be here to save us. What were you doing instead? Do you even know where Rocker was? Well, judging by... I don't care about judging by. Your stupid deductions won't save anyone. 2 of my friends are already dead. Shock, please. Shut up. In a fit of anger, Shock throws a punch at Acheron. But Acheron doesn't move from his place. He stands his ground. Reaching out a paw, he catches... Okay, now we're using paws. He catches Shock's punch. What? Acheron squeezes Shock's fist. He trembles in pain, trying to break free. But Acheron's grip tightens. It looks like Shock's fingers might snap at any second. Hey, look out! It's clear Shock is starting to panic. Perhaps he thought less of Acheron and more of himself. It's hypocritical of you to say that. Instead of releasing his grip, he tightens it further. Don't place the blame of this on me. We're dealing with a serial killer here. And if I'm supposed to protect you, you don't want to be on my bad side. He releases his grip. Shock flies back and lands on the floor. The momentum of its attempts to escape used against him. He covers his face as if in shame. As if after a few moments pass, Acheron turns back to me. Terribly sorry about the same. I have little patience for men like him. Quick to anger, irrational, you know. I saw it in his eyes. He thinks I'm responsible for Rocker. There's no way he's thinking clearly. I know it's my job to protect, but I can't be everywhere all at once. It's not fair for him to blame me. I'm afraid now I'm self-conscious. I must not let his thinking dissuade me. Perhaps it would be best if you followed after him. I think in a situation you might do something we consider stupid. People can do that when they've lost everything, when they have nothing left to lose. It can put us all in danger. I'm only suggesting this because I saw you hang out with him and Rocker earlier. Especially with what happened. I don't know. I don't want to do that to him again. Of course, I'm sure he'll find a way to test my actions against me. I'm only one man. We're not gods. We're limited. Either way, you should get going. I have a meeting with Singe as well. I promise to change for the better. I'll be in touch as soon as I'm out. Keela has been acting a little off lately. I'd say that out loud because that's actually pretty important. There's a reason why he's kind of so queer, for lack of a better word. Kilo wanders a convention center by himself. I really hope I'm not late. Sam sure likes the sound of his own voice. Hello, Keela. I'm glad you could make it. Me too, actually. I didn't think Singe would ever shut up. He's really determined to catch this killer. I could tell. Good thing my weapons are here. I doubt Okiron could stop them himself. He's too infatuated with Daz. Really? I didn't figure I'm the type. He seemed all business and no pleasure. It's hard to get a read on him sometimes. Either way, let's not waste any time. I'm glad you agreed to this meeting. Well, of course. I never leave someone like you hanging. It's not every day that a billionaire... Just call me Max, Keela. Money doesn't define me. Oh, of course. Didn't mean to offend you, Max. It's okay, Keela. You didn't know, but I'm here as Max, not as the CEO of Armstrong Incorporated. Fair enough. Well, I'm here as Keela, so we're on even playing ground. What do you want to talk to me about? About everything that's going on right now. Sorry for just assuming a moment ago. But you are thankful for the weapons here? Not sure. I know Okiron isn't, but he's also not doing his job. I mean, if he was, Rocker would be alive, I'm glad you see it my way. But your weapons didn't help either, so I can't say for sure. Sorry, Max. Wow, what a sharp wit you have. If that wasn't funny, I'd be offended. Singe isn't one responsible for that. He has a key to detonate the weapons. I do too, but it's not my job. He bought them, so he should use them. Instead, he's too busy drowning himself in sorrow and alcohol. What a drama queen he is. Wouldn't it be drama king? Well, Rocker's death changed that. He realized Clay's death wasn't his fault, so he feels a little better now. Is that so? Yeah. Maybe his judgment will be more clear. There's no excuse for Rocker, though. I'll say. I guess my weapons haven't exactly gotten the chance to prove themselves yet. I hope that you give them the proper chance. I guess. I'm not going to be here for much longer anyways. I'm flying home later. But Singe wants us to keep it secret. He says if the killer knows what we're plotting, they might take rash action. Oh? She smirked softly. Thank you for sharing that with me. Wouldn't want you to get caught in the fray. Yeah, exactly. So whatever happens here, I'm out. I don't want to come here to begin with. I can't believe you said that. You must trust me if you let that slip. I don't see why I can't. I hate Tokyo. It's so stupid. Everyone's staring at me like I'm weird. I know. I dug in your history a little bit. Really? Why? You're just so interesting, Keela. Did you tell anyone else? I mean, the real reason you're here. That's probably for the best. It'd be a shame if everyone found out you were lying to them all this time. Hey, you keep that to yourself, Max. Perhaps I will, or perhaps I won't. I'd be more inclined to keep it to myself if you were to do me a small favor, Keela. Fine. Checkmate, I guess. Oh, not quite. But I'm afraid I have to go for now. My favor involves another meeting at about 7 o'clock tonight. Are you down for that? Chair, we're at. Keela points to a hall. Max points to a hallway connected to the lobby. Second door on the right. There's a small meeting room there. It'll give us much more privacy. Now, if you excuse me, I have another meeting to tend to. I had to open my big mouth. I keep getting myself into trouble. You and your big mouth. Boop. Can we say on like one world plus dusk? I've been thinking. You mentioned a visit to the people. That this may help with public relations. Of course, Velasquez. Your public image is very important. Especially if you wish to dispel rumors. Yes, but I've thought of something else. And what is that, my king? A visit to the people might be wrong. If I parade over them in my lavish outfit with rightful luxury, they'd feel hurt. This would be like a pompous display of ownership in a way I don't intend. Would you like me to prepare a new outfit? I could allocate funds from the treasury. Something more rustic, perhaps? Maybe not fully intact? With holes. That look seems to be all the rage. No, Dusk. I must not disguise myself. Hiding who I am also gives off a bad image. Then I'm afraid I'm followed. What else could you be planning, my king? Maybe risky, but I want to open the doors of my castle. I want the people to come to me. They'll be able to walk these halls as if they were in their own home. This will give off the image I intend. that Terra truly belongs to its people, that I don't hold back from them. Really? I'd advise against that. You would be subject to massive theft. Not to mention your enemies may use this opening to plan an attack. Trust me, I considered all the avenues. Let me describe my plan in more detail. Of course, my lord. I didn't mean to be crass. When everyone has arrived, I will gather them in the atrium. At this point, I'll address all of them at once. I'll be fully forthcoming, and this is where they will learn what I have planned for myself in the future of Terra. At that point, we will open our grand hall. We'll have a feast for the ages, a ball that would be etched in time, and I'll close by ending my reign. You can't be serious. It needs to be done. If my enemies still wish to attack me after hearing everything I have to say, I'll accept my appointed fate. The repercussions of my death will be negligible compared to what comes next, and this twisted monarchy will end, succeeded by what the people decide. However, if my plan comes to fruition, I will leave them a beautiful world, in much better shape than it is now. The mumblings of this new Terra, perhaps they are not as far off as they think. We can only hope. Velasquez groans in pain, grasping at his chest. My lord, are you okay? I'm fine. Sir, you're bleeding. Don't be alarmed. An old wound must have reopened. I'm capable of tending to it myself. You are dismissed. Yes, of course. Please call on me if you need any aid. If it gets worse, we must take action. Moments later, Velasquez leans against the wall. He grips the scepter in his hands, panting heavily. Has it stopped working? Okay, then. It doesn't take long for me to pick up Shock's trail. After following closely, it leads backstage. Well, not all the lights are on, so it's somewhat dark. I'm still able to make out everything important. By the time I reach Shock, my eyes have adjusted. I see him standing there with his face in his paws. An extra large can of Pop Star resides behind him. It looks chill and about half full. Beads of condensation dripped on the side. Why'd you follow me? I guess he doesn't want to beat around the bush. I think for a moment before I answer. Well, I mean, I just wanted to, you know how you're feeling. You're going through a lot, man. Shock is happy but confused. He looks at me confusingly. You didn't expect me to ask about his feelings. I don't know, honestly. You know what's going on around here, and Clace and Rocker were my best friends. When you tour with people, you grow so close to them. You become inseparable, and become more than just friends. When you perform on stage, it's like you're one entity. Seamless. Perfect. To have it taken away. I've lost a part of me I'll never get back. I can't perform like that again, because I won't have them by my side. He turns to the side and starts chugging the Pop Star. The half-full can quickly becomes empty. No replacement will ever fill that void. So what can I do? If I can never perform like I want to, that's what I've been struggling with. And I think I've finally decided. I'm going to resign. Quit the business. It's really my only course of action. Extreme course of action, that sounds right. I'd rather honor the memory. Huh. That'd make me happy. If I stayed in the business, I'd have to perform with someone else. I mean, I'd need to find a replacement for Clace, a replacement for Rocker, and anybody else that decides to die today. I don't think that's a good thing to do. I don't want to get the impression that we're expendable. They aren't. People move on in show business every day. That's not something I can do. A week from now, Sync already have a new set of idols and a new tour planned. But me? I can't do that. They mean too much to me. And I mean a lot to the world too. So I think I'm gonna step down. You think that's a good idea? I think you should do what makes you happy. Shock likes your response. He smiles at me slightly. I was thinking about my next career choice. I'm being a philanthropist. I've always only ever wanted the best for others. I don't have the time and money for it. Make more than enough with the royalties. In fact, I could retire and do nothing. That would seem like a waste. Wouldn't make any difference at all. I feel like Clace and Rocker would be more proud of me if I went and caused change. But then the question remains, what kind of change? I guess I need to think on that. But I think I've already made up my mind. More concrete details can come later. Actually, I think... sorry, I got a little excited. I didn't mean to ramble on like that. Here's more lines for the philosophy of Major Minor. It's hard to tell when you're dealing with grief. You could be making an actual effort to move on, or be pushing it aside in denial. Hey, you there? You must have zoned out. I wanted to talk to you about Charon. We can settle me first. It isn't because he overpowered me. I have some genuine concerns. I just kept him quiet so far. I hope I can trust you with this. Can't trust you, right? He's a very suspicious man, you know. Killer Popster must not be doing much, because I'm yawning too. Some things just don't add up. The old security guard disappears, Glaze dies, the new guard appears, Rocker dies. It's too convenient. The killer has to be somebody here. Rocker's death proved that fact. I don't know how you feel, but I feel like he gave me a death threat. Back in from the Singe office, I mean. He hinted that he'd let me die if I didn't stay on his good side, which is horrible. Yeah, he's mentioning a stupid perfect track record of his, too. Turns out it ain't so perfect, but not because of Rocker's death. I looked up his name online. There seem to be hints here and there of an operation he was part of in Africa. He refuses to talk about it publicly, and anything that was promising has since been taken offline. He's hiding something. What else would he want to hide from? It would have to be something shameful, something that affects his reputation. What else could it be but a failure? Turns out he's not as perfect as we thought. In fact, there's lots of stuff about him that leads to the long dead web pages. It takes power to do that in mass. It goes deeper, trust me. I cross-reference the dates of Charon's time in Africa with other notable events. That's where it gets interesting. Maxine Armstrong was also present. Of course, she said she was just visiting. That she didn't have any business there. But she must have been lying. That week, there were explosions. The details of that were also hard to find. It was all in the same small village. The one Charon was in as well. I'm not grasping at straws. They were there together. Now they're here together. In Africa, it ended in explosions. But it hasn't happened here yet, so right now we're one step ahead. It's all too connected to mean nothing. Everything about that village during the span of time is also impossible to find. Something bad happened in Africa, and now it's happening here as well. Maybe there's some sort of murdering duo. Allegedly. Could be an act to throw us off the trail. We need to get Singe to evacuate now. The bottom line is, we're not safe. We need to leave Tokyo. I don't care where else we go. Well, maybe it's going a little too far. You get what I'm trying to say, right? You can't trust our Charon to protect us. Neither can we trust Armstrong. We need to ensure our own protection. Not place it in others' armaments. We may not have seen eye to eye earlier, but it's just a matter of common sense. We need to push our Charon away. We can't put our lives in his hands. Come on, you're with me, right? Okay, here's the thing. Like, there's this whole thing about, like... I know I'm clicking, like, fast past this, and if you guys want to read it, obviously... You guys can pause. If I'm clicking too fast, I believe you can push N and M on YouTube after you click the video to pause it or unpause it. No, to pause it. If you click the video or the pause button, you can use M and M to do a frame by frame. If I got the wrong button, so I'll post a comment to let you guys know, but it's just kind of, you're doing all this mulling about, oh, can we really trust a Charon? And then we saw him in the arc already, talking to Rayo about how we need to, about how he's to protect us, basically. I mean, he could be playing us, but it's like, you know the answer. We have to trust a Charon. He laughs at me and claps his hand a couple times. After this, an awkward silence ensures. Wait, you weren't joking? After everything I told you? It would have been better to make this decision before we see that. You think so? What if our crown is a comic book? What are you going to do in that situation? This could be the final choice you make. Would you be content if you were wrong? If I can even think of responding, my phone rings. Go to the lobby, now. Things will begin shortly. I'm not sure what they could possibly mean. What was about to begin? I stop and think. Last time I got a text, they said a friend would die. I put my phone back in my pocket. I stormed out of the room without saying a word, but honestly, I wouldn't know what to say. We're getting a pretty long... I might just start doing 2-hour episodes of this again. That's what I do with the stream eventually. I was like, we gotta do 2 hours. 2-hour streams. Press conference room. A few moments earlier, nearing 7 p.m. Rook cautiously enters the conference. I thought I wasn't supposed to get Rook's scene, though. Anyways, why do I even bother being punctual? As usual, I'm the one left waiting around. Howdy there, handsome. He jumps in his chair, startled. You shouldn't pop up on people like that. Why'd you want to scare somebody? You know what kind of situation we're in. Pop up on people? It's not like that. You're just so engrossed in your tablet that you didn't notice me approaching. I can't be blamed for that. But dude, tell me, how's that tablet treating you today? Does he have anything interesting to say? What do you mean, he? Don't play stupid, Rook. I hate how everyone here is full of lies. How do you think everyone here would feel if they told them what's on the tablet? They'd think you're some sort of freak. I mean, you are, but you've done a good job of hiding it. I don't know what you're talking about. Of course you don't. In a blink of an eye, Max sees the tablet. Catching Roof off guard, she starts to fiddle with it. Hey, give that back. He starts to panic, his breathing becoming erratic. That's mine! He leaps off his chair and tries to take it back. Max has no issue dodging his attempt. She laughs mockingly as she browses the contents. You chat with him all day. And almost all night, too. You shut the world out just for him. Why don't you seek something more real? What's on the screen can only do you so much. What's affecting the way your friends see you? If that's something you'd even call them. As we all know, addictions can be costly. I've talked to the people you work with. They mention your tablet more than you. Max, I'm asking nicely. She continues scrolling. You can find a lot in this guy. He seems so full of knowledge, too. Let me try asking him something. She spends a few moments typing. Wow, he responded instantly and with such detail. Faster than any living being could. Rook huffs angrily, easily accepting her bait. Let me ask him about Eclair, or perhaps I can ask about Jade. He must know all your dirty little secrets. Max, I've had enough. He charges at her in a fit of rage. She instinctively clutches her necklace. And suddenly, everything stops. Pretty quick to anger, isn't he? Oh well, I was going to restrain him anyways. Pretty fun to see him all rustled, though. If that's his trigger, he must have all sorts of nasty little secrets. She stares at the tablet for a moment. Curiosity. I guess it really isn't my business. I was just having a little fun. I don't know if this will be permanent anyways. She places the tablet down on one of the chairs. She then pushes Rook down onto the one beside it. As he's unaware, there are no signs of objection. The circumstances of Africa were definitely a little different, but I guess I have to make do with what we have and compromise. The crown will know what I'm up to. With Rook on the chair, she grabs some rope. You better get comfy. She taps him to the chair, ensuring it's extra tight. his wrists to armrests and his feet to the legs. I suppose I'll be generous. She moves the tablet from the chair to his pocket. You're lucky you're just a means to an end. I was tempted to dump this in the water. But that's something you'll need to do on your own, Rook. I can't do it for you. She lets out a slight laugh. The things that people do in grief. Doesn't anyone handle things like a normal living being anymore? I don't get it at all. Oh well. Time for the finishing touch. She walks to the other side of the room. The bomb she placed earlier flashes a bright lid. Oh, this doesn't scare him too much. And with that, the stage she set the bomb to red. She grips the gear-ship necklace once more. Oh, you're finally conscious again. Rook looks around in confusion. He struggles slightly after realizing he's restrained. Let me go. I can't do that. I have an important plan for you, Rook. Let's get down to business. You've been wasting your life on that tablet in your own little fantasy, and you're defensive enough to attack me, and it's odd you passed out right after. Physical exertion must elude you, Rook. I had no choice but to restrain you. This bomb, however, is another story. Hey, don't struggle too much. You wouldn't want to set it off in error. Why are you doing this? I never did anything to you. Please let me go. Trust me, Rook. I'm not going to hurt you. And you'll be free to go shortly. That is, if things go in your favor. I'm going to tell some of your friends that you're here waiting to save. They also know the disarming codes. It's pretty simple. They come and save you if they want to. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but there's a chance they might not come because they may like somebody more than you. Perhaps now they will ignore you. I'm a firm believer that we set our own bombs in life. Our errors and lapses in judgment set mines for us to step on later. We're a victim to our own actions and words. We can conveniently choose to blame others, but at the end of the day, it's our fault. You chose the bomb with that talent instead of the what? And now the choice of yours may haunt you. Perhaps if you weren't so obsessed with that thing, they'd be rushing to save you. You're sick. Blaming me, of course. If you weren't such an introvert, you'd be relaxing now in confidence. But now you've come to realize what you've been doing is harmful. But just how harmful? Oh, and if you even mention my name, I'll set off every single weapon here. Don't try and be a hero, Rook. Now, if you excuse me, that was a good help contestant number 2. The show's about to begin. Why is Rocker hanging around my save screen? It's literally in the way. Hey there, Joshua. I wanted to go outside, but Singe yelled at me. It was scary. Sounds like Singe. What's going on? I was told to come here immediately. Couldn't move. Probably a full plan. Venture a little closer in there, just in case you need to keep him safe. What are you doing? He looks a little confused, or maybe uncomfortable. I'm going to keep you safe. You liked my answer. Wow, really? Thanks. My bro used to say that to me all the time. I was sad he couldn't do it anymore. Oh my god. But I should learn to do it myself. I have to grow up someday, right? Other people can't always be there. Not even bro. So I should learn. That way I can do it when I'm alone. I'll take pointers from what you do. He smiles at me. I'm glad he trusts me at least. But after he speaks, he stares at me in silence. Oh. Is he expecting me to lead a conversation? I guess I could use this as a learning opportunity. Tell me more about yourself. Anyways, happy you've taken an interest. Oh, is this like an interview? I used to watch Pro do those all the time. He always wrote out his answers beforehand, so I don't know what to say. I'm older than I look, that's for sure. I love ramen, so I was glad we came here. I still have to do school on a tour, so my bro would help me with homework. I had a pet fish for a while. I wanted to have a little bro of my own. I took really good care of him. He died. Oh. Wow, definitely jumping from topic to topic. But I guess we're all like that at a young age. I still feel bad I'm not good at math. I can't have to answer that one problem. Really? That's interesting. I'm confused with how school works. If you're bad at math, they think you're not trying hard enough. They push you. Sometimes they even say you're not smart, but if you're bad at writing stories or at art, you get a slap on the wrist. Some people are born artists, they say. What if I'm born to be bad at math? I shrug. I guess he has a point. Different subjects are treated in different ways. But anyways, I guess... Before I continue, he's promptly interrupted. This conversation was optimal. Acheron descends the stairs into the lobby. He notices both of us and quickly approaches. Hey, you two. Glad you're both safe. I was just about to do more rounds. Need to ensure everyone's survival. I notice he has his phone in his hand, something I've seen him rarely holding. When I see that I notice he puts it in his pocket. So how you two doing? I'm doing okay, but I wish my bro was here with me. Surely you do. I apologize for bringing it up. I didn't mean to open any wounds. I don't have any wounds. It's okay. It was a metaphor anyway. I see. What's it? Again, he gets interrupted, but this time by a high-pitched screeching noise. Feedback from the lobby speaker system? Anyway, quickly covers his ears in fright. I look at Acheron, he seems unaffected. Does until the screeching subsides. Ooh, we almost got the 10. We got oh no, we are at 10. Well, guys, you better count the 10 and think again. As the manager's grandma tends to say.
Hello, Joshua. Hello, Acheron. In way too unexpected.
The voice is warped and heavily modified. I can't tell who it is. I mean, we know who it is.
I'm going to be blunt. Let's start this. No one enter the lobby. If you do, every weapon will detonate. You need to stay where you are. I only have business with these 3.
So this is being broadcast throughout the entire building. I guess they aren't just dealing with me anymore. Show yourself. Don't hide like a coward.
Not yet, Acheron. I need to keep a distance for now, in case there's any disobedience. You 3 are to do exactly as I say. Any deviation from my course will result in the detonation of every weapon here. If you don't believe me, just try me. I don't think it's worth it. A gamble shouldn't decide your fates today.
Not the fate of everyone in the building. I'm scared. Anyway, shivering is fright. I look at Acheron. He must know what to do. You have our compliance. Please state your terms. We wish for no more death today. It pains me to say this, but your wish will go unfulfilled. You only have the ability to mitigate. Damages will still be caused, so I advise you listen carefully. Very well. You can take this head on. We'll want them win. I need to talk with Joshua. The situation pertains to him the most. As soon as you arrived in Tokyo, you met 2 people, Rook and Kiva. You spent a day getting to know them. That is, until things went to hell.
I've been watching you ever since. Only a little venture through Akihabara. It made me sick. Too joyful and campy.
You need to learn about consequence, something you haven't yet faced, and something you must come to understand. Especially if you wish to save anything. You'll never do that without sacrifice. This is the first rule I will teach you. I don't understand. Is this some kind of test for me? You seem to know about my role in Terra.
And there's a second rule you must learn. But that will come soon, so don't worry. I'm going to present you with a choice. You must make this decision on your own. Acheron and Ume cannot influence you.
I'm running out of voices to do. In fact, they must remain silent. If they speak, I'm sure you know the drill. I look at Acheron, and then anyway, they both give me a nod. I gulp audibly. I ask them to continue, to tell me what they want. It's not about what I want. It's about what you want, so please listen very carefully. Rook is currently in the conference room, and Killa is currently in a boardroom. They both have bombs strapped to them, ready to detonate at a moment's notice. What? That can't be. I said to listen carefully. I'll let you save one of them, but the other will be left to die. They both expect you to save them. This is part of the second rule. You won't be able to save everybody. The road to salvation is paved with loss, and this is something you must understand. So who will it be? The tablet-addicted lackey, or the overzealous superfan? I'm sure they both have redeeming qualities, as well as a few faults of their own. However, will those faults condemn them? The choice lies with you. I look towards Acheron. He avoids my gaze, looking at the floor shamefully. I look towards Inway. He has his paws pressed up against his mouth. Inway is so precious. Are you stressed? That's cute. How can you be trusted with the fate of a world when you can't even handle this? I tremble in anger.
Oh, and don't even think about saving both. If you split up, all the weapons go off. You need to travel as a group from now on. You'll go to the room with the person you wish to save. If anyone else tries to be a hero and insult the other hostage, only 3 in the lobby may move. Only the 3 in the lobby may move. And it will be at Joshua's instruction. I don't know what to do. Part of me hopes they're joking, but I know better. Okay. Now I'm getting bored. Okay, now I'm getting bored. Give me a name, and now, remember, it's one of them or all of you. I take deep breaths. I close my eyes. They have us in a checkmate. Does everybody here play chess? I tremble in the face of this impossible decision, and I think carefully before I do anything else. For they would be the hardest words I ever speak. Well, guys, see, too bad I'm not streaming this right now, otherwise I could ask, like, all 1 people doing this, but let's see. Well, I'm going to tick off somebody, depending on whatever choice I do, so we're going to save Tattoo Man. You made a difficult decision. Good. I'm glad you were able to choose. Choices like this will find you often, especially with the role you play. Okay, stop giving me the Winds of Change speech. Would want to keep him waiting. We need to hurry. The bomb has been planted. We both chase after a Carol with one goal in mind. Rook, don't worry, we're coming to save you. The first thing we see is a Charon kicking in the doors. Are they locked? How are we supposed to get in? They've been locked from the other side. I don't even think I can break them in. Oh, silly me. I forgot to mention the bomb hits a timer. You have 5 minutes to disarm Rook's bomb. Wait here, I'm gonna see Singe. I don't know how we can get through. He starts to run away, but anyway interjects. Charon, stop! Didn't you pay attention to the rules? You have to stick together as a group. But you ran upstairs by yourself, and no one else is allowed to intervene. You wanna go see Singe? You're gonna get us all killed. Of course, I apologize. It makes you think you're on my feet, not working with restrictions. You have to forgive me, boy. He quickly draws his pistol, having no other option. This must be the only way. Please cover your ears. Both of you. Charon assumes a firing stance by holding the R1 button and aims at the door. He doesn't fire right away, he adjusts his aim carefully, like he's trying to find that perfect spot. He pushes the X button and then kicks the door. Nothing happens. He fires again, and then kicks the door. Nothing happens. Come on. He fires for a 3rd time and kicks the door. It opens slightly and he beams with fright. Joshua, come here quickly. I need your help. Listen carefully. Heal first, to the side of the lock. That's the weakest part of the door. Kick with me, on the count of 3. We'll follow these instructions precisely. I nod. We almost have it. Just a few more times should do. It will hurt, but we can't let Rook die. He turns and faces the door. I do the same. He looks at me with confidence. 3, 2, 1. I bring my foot crashing into the door. Pain shoots up my leg, but the door opens more. I lose my balance, my shin on fire with pain. We have it now. Just one more time. I push past pain and assume it's not so more. 3, 2, 1. And the door comes crashing down. It's actually what you're supposed to do, yeah. If you ever kick, it's supposed to be heal first. And my collapses both of me into the room. We see Rook immediately. He's strapped to a chair. I notice a flashing red light on his lap. That must be the bomb. I quickly rush to inspect it, but then I remember I didn't buy my defusal kit. Remember, kids, don't be a loser. Buy a diffuser. You came for me? Why? I honestly don't know how to respond. Let me see. He comes and stands beside me. Inway waits near the doorway, leaving us in our hands. 4 minutes now. We can do this. Remain calm. He takes deep breaths as he examines the bomb. Wait. A 9-digit numerical keypad, as well as a button for number 0. Too many combinations to just guess. This is impossible. We're set up. He tries to remove the bomb, but it starts beeping. He winces in fright and quickly leaves it be. Hey. Nobody said that you could remove it. Try that one more time, and I'm gonna blow this building sky high. Got it? Acheron gulps and nods. Besides, you do know the code. I'll give you a couple hints. It's a number the 3 of you know. Surely you've heard it somewhere before. And to top it off, it's only 4 digits. That could be anything. I don't appreciate these games. Oh, come on. It's not too difficult, Acheron. You're good at solving problems. This one was no different. How many attempts do we get before it detonates on its own? Just 3. And you get my hints. Other than you've heard the number today. Good luck. I'll be in touch if you win. They commence radio silence. 3 minutes. What could it be? I try to think as well, but I draw blanks. I start to worry this game is rigged. Acheron, Umai, and myself all know this number? 4 digits too? What could it be? Or did they mean Acheron, Rook, and myself? They should have been more specific. It's almost like they're doing this on purpose. I traced my steps back to when I first met Acheron. Prior to the day, we heard it as a group. We took a little to get together, get started inside, we went upstairs, wasted time until the conference. We were all together then. That makes sense. Could it be something said during the briefing? 2 minutes. They're incorrect. He growls and punches the floor. Damn it! I was almost certain. Rook is panting heavily, his eyes watering again. He looks terrified. I felt so sorry for him. He stares at me, his body as sells a corpse. Perhaps he's terrified he may have set the bomb off. Try 2020. It's Clay's birth year. We should all know what being here. So he was born in 2020. So if he's born in 20... Well, I don't know what game was released in... I don't know what age he is actually right now, so... I look at Acheron, he nods. I lean forward and look at the bomb. Hesitantly, the type number is 2020. But it's not correct. Damn it! 1 more minute. I don't think we can do this. The timer decreases to the double digits. Is this how it ends? Because we forgot? Even if we gave up, we can hopefully now. Wouldn't be able to make it here in time. 45 seconds. I replay my time in Tokyo over and over again. Like my life was flashing before my eyes, but I still can't remember any numbers. "30 seconds. Am I meant to save Terror or a single friend? No. It seems like they're denying me everything. 20 seconds. But my first thought is simple. Please don't hurt. Well, I mean, you guys are like right there at ground zero, so you'd probably just die like instantly. Kaboom. Wait. My eyes shoot open. I look towards Inway. 8250. Enter it now. Without even a second's thought, I race to action. I look at the keypad and locate the numbers, and as fast as I can, I type 8250. The red light in the bomb becomes yellow, and after a few moments, a peaceful green. I mean, it's like you said. Math could save your life one day. Before you can rejoice at our survival, our worst fears come true, sounding from below. Oh, I forgot to mention one important thing. The codes to disarm this bomb actually set the other one off as well. I connect them using a subroutine. You just killed Keela, Joshua. My heart sinks to my stomach as I hear these words. Just part of your final lesson. To save, sometimes you need to kill. The path to salvation is stained with blood. Whatever you're thinking is irrelevant. They're already dead. By your hand. I did say it would be your fault. Don't you remember my little texts? I suggest you rush them now. to see if any bits and pieces are left, or perhaps if they miraculously survived. Let's go. We have to try. We must not rush him into anything. He'll try to do the census on his own. A nod, and we dash out of the room. We quickly head for the boardroom where Kayla was. Berwick stays behind, letting these events settle in. It'd be a long time before he was okay again. As soon as we get downstairs, we seek the boardroom. None of us have ever been there before, but the smoke and rubble marked its location. It was immediately apparent Kayla did not survive. Inway burst into tears and started crying loudly. Acheron clutches his fists in anger, and I can only think I'm the one who did this. I wish that weren't the case, but I can't deny it. I'm at a total loss for words. I don't know what to do. Is Acheron angry with me? Is Inway crying because of what I did? Furthermore, how am I supposed to handle this? All he wanted to do was spend time with Clace, and I stole his life. Well, I mean, you didn't know that you were gonna blow him that sky high, like... Your death will not be in vain. It has sparked the flame of revolution within me. I will save Terra. I will bring you back. And those who oppose me will fall. I work towards Imwe, his eyes still streaming tears. He looks at me, trying to tell me something. I know... But he's crying too much to get it out. I place my hand on his shoulder. A few moments later, he's sufficiently calm. I know who did this to us. What? It was all in the numbers. The code you entered into the bomb, it was the answer to a math equation. The same one a woman gave to me earlier. Arcane helped me solve it in the limo. Do you remember what happened? I do. I can't believe I overlooked it. The woman who gave me the equation? She's the one doing all of this. I don't know who she was at first, but when we arrived here earlier today, I saw her on the television on the news. Her name, it's Maxine Armstrong. And Imwe tells us that what we probably already know. Can I trust no one? Trust no one, not even yourself. No one should have to die just to prove a point. Woo! You should check out Winds of Change sometime, boy. No, I need to tell Acheron on Singers soon. The fate of everybody here depends on it. But then I get Zalworldoed. What else is he lying about? What is he up to? This time I will fight for the truth. Would you like to save your game? Yes, and I'm going to have to cut it off here because we're at 2 hours. And, yes. Wait, are we gonna hear that reversed arc music? Something feels different. I feel scared, lonely, helpless. Oh, yeah, here it comes. Oh, I forgot it gets played slower in here. When he appears before me, fright overtakes me. My attempts to flee are useless, just as I thought. You cannot escape fate. And on that dark note, I'm going to leave it here. So, I mean, there's some good, like I said, there's some really good twists and turns in this game. It's just like the whole thing with, oh, Maxine's the Midnight Killer. You guys probably guessed it, like, as soon as she takes her robe off. Like, you know she's the killer. As soon as you see her talking in the art, you know she's the killer. I guess, like, maybe Clace is kind of was going for a dramatic irony, which is, it's not dabbing, even though dabbing's annoying. It's dramatic irony is something you'd see in, like, a Shakespeare play. Oedipus is a good example of that, where you know things ahead of time, and
Yeah, I think that's dramatic irony, where you know things ahead of time. Like, I can't think of. I'm drawing blanks on the Shakespeare play, but I'm pretty sure like somebody watching knows what I'm talking about. But basically, it's like when you find out things ahead of time, and the characters don't know, and you're kind of just waiting for that to be revealed. Like in Oedipus, Oedipus is trying to find the man who murdered his father. Ironically, it turns out to be him. He's the one who murdered his father. And I believe the reader knows this, or it's hinted to the reader that this is what's going on. So it's kind of just like, no, don't do the thing that's gonna, mark you as the bad guy. And he even had people telling him not to do this thing. So maybe that's what he was going for, but I just felt like it didn't work. You had this whole big reveal in the narration about, oh, it's Maxine Armstrong, but I think us seeing Charon and Maxine in the Ark should have happened after this scene. We get the scene with the man in the Ark, and then we get scenes showing Maxine and Charon entering the game, because at that point everything's on the table pretty much. I think that would have been better. And like seeing Maxine fudge it with the rope on her arm would have worked, but then having her take it off and walk towards a rocker, like you went too soon with it. But I mean, still, like there's some pretty interesting twists and turns here, regardless of that. And wait till you hear about what Keela's up to. I do believe I got points with him, so we should be good on that note. Because affinity points with characters in this game basically gets you to tell them their backstories. So I do believe we are going to hear what Keela is all about. So, ending spiel time. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe if you like this game, guys. Or, well, if you like the videos. You don't have to subscribe if you like the game, or not subscribe if you hate it. But remember to rate, comment, and subscribe on the video. And if you become a Dazzler, don't forget to ring the bell to become a Ringling Dazzler, because I tend to upload videos whenever I feel like it, while I am trying to do things on a schedule. You may have noticed some videos just popping up randomly at this time already, or whenever, or whatever. So, there is that. We also have our Ko-fi, which I'm still trying to come up with a cute name for that. I want to call you guys Cafe Dazzlers, or maybe you buy a Ko-fi and you get a seat and spot in Cafe Dazzler, or me and the boys will have to come up with a cute name for that, a cute thing for that, because we like theme phrasing. And then, of course, you can always donate to Patreon and become a Patron Dazzler. So, with that being said, my name is Russell Joestar, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, everybody, and remember, you cannot escape fate. Farewell, and may the gears of fate spin in your favor.